What's up, everybody? I'm Justin.
I am Gerard.
We have a special live podcast thing going today, as you can tell. We're actually
not live like you're watching this right now. Live like we're live with each other.
We're
not
dead. FaceTiming each other. We'll both be back in school next week, and we'll be miles and miles apart. So that will be very cool. Today we are talking about Black Friday because today is Black Friday. Except, of course, for you, it's probably not because you probably didn't watch this the same day we uploaded it. But it's Black Friday for us.
And my equipment is far away from me right now.
Yes, that is true. Gerard's in charge of the editing and the technical stuff, and I'm in charge of actually doing the research for the podcast. So
maybe that'll someday change, but for right now, that's how it is.
So let's start talking about Black Friday because it is oh so fun to talk about.
That it is.
Tell me something about Black Friday. Do you go Black Friday shopping?
No.
Okay.
No.
Neither do I, so that got boring quick. But have you ever been Black Friday shopping?
Honestly, not that I recall. We've gone once or twice. We've never, because up until the last couple of years, it's been Black Friday, and it's not like Gray Thursday or whatever it is now. I've never gone on Thanksgiving, which I'm very happy about because I'm with my family hanging out.
That's true.
Instead of doing that.
To be.
But I might have gone once or twice.
No, it's like Thanksgiving night. What time do you eat Thanksgiving dinner? And you're like family.
We usually have dinner at my house early in the afternoon. I think yesterday was like 1:00. That's usually around when we have it. And then afterwards, my family goes to Dunmore, which is where my relatives are. Right. And they've already had their Thanksgiving dinner earlier like us, right. But we go and people are still there chatting, hanging out, so that's what we do. Over
the years, it's really become like Thanksgiving lunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I noticed that too, and people talk about it all the time. And that's probably due to the fact that Black Friday has bled backwards into Thursday night, so now everybody eats Thanksgiving dinner at 1:00 in the afternoon, and then
that makes sense.
Goes and does their Black Friday shopping. So we want to know if you people do your Black Friday shopping and why or why not, and if you change your minds after some of this, because some things are gonna kind of come up across us. So the first point I want to bring up that I did in my research is that the origin, or not the origin, well, I guess it's kind of the origin, but the name Black Friday, it's called Black Friday for a reason, and there's a very popular mythical reason that everybody knows.
A mythical reason?
Kind of.
I mean, I kind of know the real reason. I don't know the business.
Do you know the real reason? I don't know. Everybody thinks they know.
I don't know the businessy terms, but right. I think I know the real reason.
Well, you probably think the real reason is because it's when the stores go into the black. Like that's the very popular terminology for it, as opposed to the red, because back in the day when we had to do accounting and books like that by hand, you'd write red ink to identify your losses.
Yeah, the loss of profit.
So, and you'd use black ink for everything else because your normal. So if your ink was in the black, you'd do it good.
Yeah, that is how I believed it.
That is not actually how the name Black Friday came to be. It's really funny because it's kind of like the story is a mixture of like just not very good and also just boring as hell. So I think they came up with that. Companies are in the black thing to kind of like cover themselves. So let me just get into it. Black Friday. Okay, so here's the origin story.
Back in black.
The way that I understand it is that
should be the title for this episode.
It should be. But where the fuck was I? Okay, going back to when Black Friday was not always a thing. Okay, let's get that straight. The world didn't come equipped with Black Friday right after Thanksgiving. And like the pilgrims
didn't go shopping.
Eat their turkey at 1 PM and then go to Walmart to buy their TVs.
But ye old Walmart. But that's European, but whatever.
Also, just something I want to note is that the little like the elementary school plays for Black Friday where we like kind of learn, or not Black Friday, for Thanksgiving where we kind of learn all that stuff, and it's like
we all had like the paper Indian feathers and that's right.
Yeah, the story is fairly accurate. Like, there aren't really that many myths to be busted within the story. But the fashion is not accurate that we use, like, the little, like, buckles on the hats.
Oh,
they didn't come into fashion, like, until a couple hundred years later or something. So that's just a point.
So what would
So
a pilgrim actually look like?
you know what? I'm not sure. I didn't get that deep into it.
Oh, okay.
But I'll have to find that out. But anyway, going back, Black Friday was not always here. It eventually came into the world because of commerce, because businesses wanted to do it, and because what I think used to happen was that like the busiest shopping day of the year used to be like the Saturday before Christmas or something, or like a lot closer to Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
A
Okay.
really busy shopping day, and businesses were basically like, "Hey, let's kick off the holiday season like right after Thanksgiving, and also in turn give us like a month's worth of people doing an F ton of shopping,
Yeah.
as opposed to just doing it like the week before, so that way our sales really boost across a month instead of just
I see where they're
being like
thinking that
it's
from.
like so
More bell curvy.
anyway, what used to happen was, here's another tradition that it used to be, you'd have Thanksgiving on Thursday, so that's when Thanksgiving is, and then the reason it's called Black Friday is it actually originated in Philadelphia from the police department, because what would happen is that everyone would have Thanksgiving on Thursday, and then everyone would be going to see the Army-Navy, the college football Army-Navy game on Saturday that week. So Friday was just kind of like the day in between where they didn't know what to do with themselves. And they'd go to Philadelphia to watch the game. And things would just kind of get rowdy. You know, it'd be like a whole ton of people. It was the Army-Navy game, so everybody disagreed with each other.
That's
and
right,
like,
yeah.
There were probably people like beating each other up and stuff. You know,
Giving
I don't
each
think
other
it was
black eyes, Black Eye Friday.
That's why it's called Black Friday. No, that is not why it's called Black Friday. But there were a bunch of people, you know, just in the town. Basically, you didn't want to be in Philadelphia on the Friday between Thanksgiving and the Army-Navy game.
Right.
So when you would go there, if you were just like passing through or something, the police would stop you and warn you, and they would say, "Oh, you don't want to go through here. It's Black Friday." They called it Black Friday because it was just kind of like something you didn't want to do.
Oh.
And I guess we associate black with, you know, not entirely positive things. That's more like rainbows and unicorns. But yeah, so that's why they call it Black Friday.
Interesting.
That's kind of where the name of it came from. And then, you know, as the years went on, they were like, you know what? We don't want this story to be the one that people actually know. So let's just...
That is kind of lame. That is kind of a lame story.
Let's just say that it's because that's when the stores go into the black. It sounds better and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's how it came back. I've also read a couple of things that people used to refer to a Black Friday in the stock market in like the 1800s. I don't really know the story behind that, but I like this police one better, and I believe that's when Black Friday really started becoming a thing for the business is.
Yeah.
So done deal.
Cool.
So what else we got?
The purpose.
These aren't really in any... Okay, so the purpose of Black Friday. I kind of already went over that. It's basically to expand, you know, the week before Christmas shopping into a month before Christmas shopping. And, you know, to get people in the store. Here, I'm going to go from this one. Good.
Judging the way that technology is going, that the market is going in our current day and age, would you say that purpose for getting people to shop all month long, would you say that still works well or not?
Because of technology?
Because of technology. Like more people are shopping online, like Cyber Monday. But would you say that month-long kind of everyone, I don't know, in the stores, I guess you would call it, would you say that still really exists?
Well, I mean, they're not still in the stores, but they're still shopping online. That's probably helped, if anything, because you don't have to go really anywhere to Black Friday anymore.
Yeah.
You don't have to risk the getting trampled, and in the really
that's true
rare cases, but they do happen, the getting shot and the getting that kind of thing. I've got a couple
people
of those.
Camping out overnight.
Oh yeah, waking up at like 5 in the morning to do, and then you know it's bled into. By like the year 2030, Black Friday is going to be like on the 4th of July because it just keeps going back and back.
Man.
But
Christmas music in summer.
I'm not ready for that. Fun fact, I buy my subscription to PlayStation Plus on Black Friday every year because it's a year-long subscription, so I get it cheap every year. So fun tip. If
I
you're a
should
gamer.
probably look at one or two softwares that I want to get. So
Yeah.
they might have a
Yeah,
deal
if you're
today, or they
getting-
might
if
have
you're
a deal
getting-
on Cyber Monday. I need to look.
If you're
I
getting
forgot.
subscriptions and stuff, do it on Black Friday because then it'll be cheaper
Yeah.
every year because you'll just keep getting it on
Yeah,
Black
I
Friday.
forgot.
So there's that. So, and another thing about Black Friday that kind of ties into the purpose of it is like it's kind of just kicking off the holiday season.
That's
I think.
true.
Well,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is really kicking off the holiday season, but it's like if you think of like the entire holiday season just as like a big football game, it's like Thanksgiving is like getting in the stadium watching everybody warm up. Black Friday is the kickoff, and then
Okay.
you play through
Play the game. Yeah.
Christmas, and it's really because everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna go get all of my Black Friday shopping done, or my Christmas shopping done
Yeah.
on Black Friday.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they'll say.
No, nobody does that. You just go. What happens in every situation?
We're always my family's always last minute with
what happens
stuff.
to you, but what happens is that you go to Black Friday, you're like, I'm gonna get all my gifts for anyone, and you end up buying like one gift that day and like 6,000 discounted items for yourself, and then you're sitting around like the week before Christmas, like, oh shit, I forgot about 4 other people, and so it is only the beginning of the shopping, and now we've got the Small Business Saturday, we've got Cyber Monday, so it never really ends. It's turned into like Black Week instead of Black Friday. So there's that.
Yeah.
It is only the beginning of the holiday shopping season. Hoorah. So now here's another good question.
You should ask it to me.
What is it? I should give you the question so that I can answer them. But
That's probably a good idea. That's okay.
we're still working out
Whatever.
the kinks of the episodes. So I don't know if I want to ask it this way. I have it written down right here. Is it a scam? Is Black Friday a scam? Because this is a reasonable question, I think. Is it a scam or is it good marketing? Because sometimes those two things are like...
Well, can they can be...
I mean, it's definitely not like illegal. It's not like it's not like a scheme.
the two. I know the two things can be true at once. It's a
Yeah.
great marketing thing
To scam people.
for business people selling their products, but then the consumers, it's a scam for them. Like, but a lot of them might not realize it.
Here are just some of the hidden truths about Black Friday I'm going to throw at you real quick. But
Yeah, throw them like.
yes, I could throw this orange. But okay. So first of all, it really is kind of a bait and switch tactic, or at least it used to be, meaning that
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
we okay. Well, I'll explain it. Black Friday is literally known just for getting like super expensive stuff for like ridiculous discounts, right? But they always have a limited supply of the discounted items. You know?
Yeah.
So like there'll be a TV on sale at Walmart and they have like one of them, and then 200 people
That's where
camp in the
that's where
parking
the
lot.
fights come from.
That's where the fights come from. Most of them, where the tramplings and all that come from. And this is really the strategy here, okay? So this is called bait and switch because the TV that's really heavily discounted, or whatever's really heavily discounted, is the bait, right? But then what happens is that there's only one of them. 200 people show up. One of those people gets the TV at a deep discount. And then
do.
the other 199 people end up kind of just shopping anyway because they're like, well...
They're already at the store.
It's like, yeah, we're at Walmart at 5 o'clock in the morning. We got
got nothing else to do. Shop around.
to get something. So they go around and
thought of it that way.
they buy all their groceries because they couldn't fit them in the refrigerator prior to Thanksgiving. So now they have to go do all their shopping and they have to buy all this other stuff that's not, the TVs, especially in our Walmart and most Walmarts I've been in, are in like the back and they put up all the little stands on your way back. They're like, ooh, I need that thing.
They do.
And Walmart's really good at that. So it is a bait and switch scam. Well, it can be a bait and switch scam. I'm not saying they all are. I'm not saying everyone's trying to bait you and switch you. And with the rise of technology, it's a little bit harder to do a bait and switch thing online. Unless you're like sitting there like on Amazon ready to go at 5 in the morning and you're like, oh shit, I better go buy some Amazon bread. But like,
Yeah.
But like
I can see why that is tougher to do.
getting you into the store is literally a marketer's job. Like that's their primary focus is getting
That's right.
customers inside the door. What happens after that is not so much what they're concerned about. They're just worried about
In the door,
getting you
buying
there.
stuff.
Right. So you go to buy that TV, you end up walking out without a TV and with
But like with 20
600
other, 20,
things, so
other
that-
items.
Yes. So that's one way it's a scam. Another thing that happens on Black Friday, which I'm a little bit skeptical about myself, but what could happen is that some people will wonder, like, how can stores afford to do these super discounts that they do
Oh, I never thought about this before.
during
But
Black
okay.
Friday? And what they can do in certain situations is just basically get knockoff versions of good TVs and good, I don't know, stereos or whatever else you buy on Black Friday that are made with cheaper materials, won't last as long because it won't cost them as much, and then the bait and switch still plays a role because then you still come into the store to get it, and then you're still in the store. And if you're something like
So they've discounted items, but they actually made out of cheaper materials.
yeah, basically, and they'll buy like a couple of them. They won't like fully stock them
Yeah.
because they just want to get you in the door,
Mm-hmm.
basically, and trample other people. Just kidding.
Yeah.
They don't want you to do that.
Buy now,
Like-
ask questions later, kind of.
Yeah, basically. And then if you buy one and it breaks, you get hooked on it. You have to go buy another one.
Yeah,
just
I was
thought
talking
of
about that with family members yesterday. I forget the term that they use, and I knew what it was, but I never heard the term before, and obviously I didn't remember it. But they were talking to me a lot about how, the way products are made now, they'll last a certain number of years, and then the companies make them to break, so you get a new one.
Apple.
And I knew that. I just didn't know the actual name of it.
Right, I don't know what the actual
Yeah.
terminology is.
Yeah,
for
they
that
gave
either,
me the
but,
term, but I just don't remember it.
Apple is renowned for doing that, and
That's right.
Apple is
Well,
also
they got sued for that, didn't they, or something like that?
not that I know of. But
I thought
but they didn't stop doing it, so I'm assuming they didn't. Because what else Apple is
Maybe.
known for is outdating their own technology like every year. Because like
that they do that too.
You have like the iPhone 6 now. You're probably not going to be able to get the iOS update that comes out next or so. Or like Gary Vee said it the one day too. I actually just bought them the little wireless. I didn't buy the actual Apple brand ones. I bought some knockoff ones off Wish for like $4.
Yeah.
But like I got the
Have you
little
tried them? Do they
wireless
work?
stuff. Yeah, they work pretty well. I'm just
Good.
waiting to see how long they last.
Yeah.
That's going to be the question.
Yeah.
But they do work pretty well. But like he said with the Apple AirPods, what they're going to do is by the time they come up with the next thing, these just aren't going to work with your phone anymore because
they can do that.
Yeah,
they can do that.
That's why phones.
They'll change
like,
the technology
Google's
within
doing
the phone.
it now too. I have a Google Pixel phone, and this charger is the only thing of that size that exists, and it's
For the
same
record,
thing.
I do not. I have a 6 iPhone.
Yes, that's what I had before I got this.
Yeah.
And they do the same thing with the chargers. It's just nothing works with anything else.
Well, they do. They
It's
do
just-
that with my Mac for school that I use. They have the new I think it's a USB-C, and it's like a square little USB that none of the older stuff works with. You gotta
Yeah.
get new stuff, and you gotta get.
Yeah, this is a USB-C.
You gotta buy a connector, a different connector, and everything.
Yeah.
It's
So
weird.
it's a pain. So people do that, and that kind of happens on Black Friday too. They start giving you cheap stuff, so that happens. Okay, so we already kind of talked about the internet, so I'll go over that one. Now we have been talking about killing people on Black Friday, and the unfortunate truth is that this has happened time and time again. There is, I don't know if you've ever seen this site. I saw it like quite a few years ago. I was introduced to it, but there was a site called like BlackFridayDeathCount.com or something that like records all the deaths that have.
Not to be dark, but that's interesting.
Yeah, it's right here. There have been 11 deaths on Black Fridays since 2006 and 114 injuries.
Wow.
Just from what what they recorded too. Obviously, that's just from what comes out in news articles and such.
Yeah,
but
could be more. We're not.
I'm going to talk about. I looked into a couple of these.
That's interesting.
There's already 2 in 2018. Well, 3 injuries, 1 death in 2018. So that's really
So
quite
one death happened
sad.
either today or yesterday.
yeah, pretty much probably today. But so I'm going to talk about. There's a really famous Walmart story that happened in 2008, and then I'm going to go over a Toys R Us one too, and put a little nostalgia into the episode because it's
I like
Toys R
toys.
Us. But yeah, they're both pretty dark, I guess to say the least.
That's okay. It's
And-
Black Friday. the color black is pretty dark. So,
but that kind of goes back to why they called it Black Friday in the first place. But yeah. So the Walmart story. Now this is just absurd. I don't understand how people do this. I don't.
You said this was back in 2008?
This was in 2008.
Okay.
I think they were both in 2008. Let me see. Well, the Toys R Us article won't actually come up. I just heard about that one. So I'll be doing that one from memory. But the Walmart story, what happened, basically, is that you know how Walmart gets on Black Friday, especially 10 years ago before Amazon really rose to the top and stuff like that happened. There were people camping out in Walmart's parking lot. This was also pre Black Friday starting on Thanksgiving. This is when Black Friday started.
That's
at
right.
5 o'clock in the morning on Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
And there were like hundreds of people lined up at Walmart. And I guess what happened basically, I don't entirely remember this, is that people were like at this Walmart's in Long Island, like literally were like breaking the doors trying to get into the store.
Oh man.
Like before 5 o'clock. And what happened was, I'm going to get the details a little fuzzy here, so excuse me.
PC's on battery saver mode, just so you know. But keep going.
Yes. I noticed that was getting low, but okay. But so basically what was happening was that they hired like the police were trying to like barricade the parking lot to Black Friday at this Walmart in 2008, and the people like just busted through the barrier and like weren't able to stop it. And cops that were put on that charge was like, you know what, this is ridiculous, and this technically isn't in our job description, and they just pulled out and were like, it's Walmart's turn to deal with this now.
Yo.
And Walmart was like shit, and they hired from what I remember 2 like private security guards from like a security company that did it for a living. One of them didn't show up, and the other one was just inside the store like with the rest of the employees, just kind of walking around not doing anything about the people.
So it's a rough situation.
So yeah, it was a pretty rough situation. What ended up happening was Walmart had to start getting their own employees, like they were having like stock boys and like cashiers and stuff, like they delegated some of them to go like help people that were falling down and getting hurt and that kind of thing.
Right.
And kind of try to keep them because what happened was like, you walk into any Walmart, there's like the door, and then there's like the little vestibule, and then there's usually a second entrance to get in to the actual store. Mm-hmm. Like they somehow all these customers busted through like the first door, and we're all like in that vestibule, like squishing each other and like literally crushing each other.
Oh, like up against like the claw machines and stuff and the carts.
Yeah, basically. And there was a lady there that was 8 months pregnant, which, first of all, you're 8 months pregnant, you probably shouldn't go Black Friday shopping.
Not like that.
Like, skip it for a year.
Especially if
or
you're
shop
gonna be, like,
online.
body slamming people.
Do something. And she was like getting crushed in all this, and stuff kept happening. And this was, I imagine, insanely scary for her. And kind of fast forwarding a little bit, eventually the store opened. All these people like flooded into Walmart, and I think it was the door. I believe what happened was that this pregnant lady, shut up, was try to wrap this up quick, I guess.
Yeah, it's okay.
This pregnant lady did end up like getting kind of run over and fell down while everybody was flooding into the store. And one of the stock boys that was delegated to help her up was like on the ground trying to help her, trying to like protect her from not getting trampled. And then the doors, literally these crazy people trying to get their deals, knocked the doors like out of place, and the door fell on the kid, the stock boy, and killed him.
Oh man.
And I think 1 or 2 other people, including the pregnant lady, got seriously injured. I do believe the stock boy's the only one that died, but like, that's just fucking crazy.
That's scary.
You can look this stuff up on YouTube too. Like, look up the Black Friday things. You're seeing people like jumping over vending machines and like knocking shit everywhere.
Wow.
I don't know what goes through people's heads. And since we're running low on battery here, I'm going to jump straight into the Toys R Us story. This one, it's kind of hard to read which one's darker, just because this one there was more like motive and intent for people to be dying than in this one. But like, Jesus Christ, calm down if you go Black Friday shopping. But this one, from what I remember, was basically they were at Toys R Us. I think this was also in 2008. I don't remember where. And basically there were these 2 women that got into a fight with each other, like one of those very stereotypical fights during Black Friday, probably arguing over like a Barbie for their daughter or something.
Probably.
Like, I want this, no, I want this. And then it started getting more violent as they went along.
Like
they started like trying to punch
Arnold
each other.
Schwarzenegger.
And both of them had their husbands with them, and then their husbands started fighting because their wives were fighting with each other. So that was the thing. And what's so
astonishing.
There we go. About this story is that both of the husbands just so happened to be carrying guns with them into Toys R Us.
What?
So if you're going Black Friday shopping, I'm for guns, so like I'm cool with you carrying a gun around, but this just got out of hand too quick, and yeah, they started. Long story short, they started chasing through the store after each other, trying to shoot each other. They both did get shots off that connected, and both of them died at the end of the day. But
holy crap! Wow.
Can you just imagine being at Toys R Us?
Yeah, having a shootout in Toys R Us with like
you're
people
just like
and children around too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
That is absolutely horrifying. So these things aren't good, to put it short. And I do think they were the only two that actually left like scathed. Well, they left. They didn't leave. They died, both of them, from shooting each other. But like, your deals aren't that important.
They aren't.
Let me get that. And the last thing I thought that was pretty cool is that they put a couple of like psychologists have studied this and stuff over the years, and what they said is that if you go Black Friday shopping and you want to try to avoid things like this, first of all, I'm trying to not be the media. The media's job is to scare you. Okay, like, yes, people have died Black Friday shopping before, but when you put it into perspective, there are like millions of stores that are getting customers for Black Friday across the states, and there were like 2 deaths in 2008. So this really is insanely rare, and it's probably not going to happen to you. But it does still happen in places like Long Island, and so that's that. But they say to watch out for the planners. Those are the people you have to watch out for. The people that actually...
The planners?
The planners. Like the people that were, digging through their catalogs and looking for all their deals like the week before. And they said, we're going to camp in this parking spot. We're going to get to the door at 4:57 and 30 seconds on the dot. And then we're going to go in. We're going to take this route to the electronics section. We're going to grab the TV. We're going to beat people with a baseball bat from the sporting goods section to get back up front. And we're going to buy the TV. Like, those people that just go overboard planning their stuff are the ones you have to look out for, because they're the ones that want it there, and they're the one they will feel like they wasted so much time and so much energy if they go and they don't get it. It's like, I mean I get it.
I would too.
Could you imagine doing all that planning to like get this TV that's on sale?
No, I'd be incredibly upset. Some Yahoo.
Just some like pothead shows up and like at 5 a.m. doesn't even know they are. They're like, oh, cool,
some
man.
Yahoo suite of TV.
And you're just, oh my god, I'd be pissed, but. Still, I mean, you can buy this stuff online and stuff like that nowadays. So that's going to pretty much wrap it up because our battery's dying. But, and I'm stupid and didn't bring a charger home with me over the break. But, do you have anything else to add to our Black Friday special?
I don't, because
cool.
I'm the dumb one here.
Alright, so we're going to wrap it up right there, guys. As always, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications, that kind of mumbo-jumbo.
Share it, too.
Yes, share it. Tell your friends. I'm going to give you a new homework assignment. It's going to be the same homework assignment at the end of every video, and that is going to be to just tell one person to listen to us. Or tell one person
That's a good idea.
how you like us. I don't care. If you don't like us, tell one person that. If you like us, tell one person that. Just kind of talk to people. That's a good thing to do. And until then, guys, follow us on social media. That'll be in the description. We won't go through that.
That's right, yeah.
In this today. And other than that, peace out.